Hi everybody. If you're anything like me and you play Fortnite on console, if you've ever been away and you tried to play it on your iPhone or iPad, you probably found it a very frustrating experience. Granted, there are people who can play it on mobile brilliantly, but when you jump from controller to iPad, it's a big change. Epic Games on Tuesday released patch 7.3, and this included the ability to use a mobile controller on iOS for the first time. And so today I'm going to test the Steelseries Nimbus on Fortnite and tell you exactly what I think. So this is the controller pad. It's a nice familiar size. It's very much like an Xbox controller. It's got a nice weight to it. The quality feels good. The actual controller itself is rechargeable batteries. They're built in, so you can't swap them. It has a lightning lead on the back where you can charge it. Lasts about 40 hours on a full charge. It works on Bluetooth. It's really easy to set up the Steelseries Nimbus on your tablet or phone or up to 4 different devices. All you need to do is go into your system settings, go into Bluetooth and pair it. It's as simple as that. And it works perfectly straight away in the game. The controller itself costs about $45 or £45 in the UK. It's probably what you call a premium controller. There are other ones available, but just look, if you're going to use iOS, look for the words MFI, which means made for iPhone, made for iPad. If you look for that, then they should be all compatible with Fortnite. The reason I'm talking today about Fortnite is, one, because I play it, secondly because it's one of the biggest games in the world, thirdly because with this controller it makes a big difference to gameplay. I've only been playing with this controller for like one evening. Never really used iOS before. As I say, I've tried it a couple of times on a phone and it was just too much hard work. But with this controller, it really makes it an enjoyable experience. I really recommend that you get one. It doesn't have to be the SteelSeries Nimbus, although I do rate this very highly. And I found also, if you go into the lobbies at the moment, because there's probably not many people with controllers because it's only just come out, then there's definitely in a mix with people who haven't got controllers, as you can see in some of the clips here, where really you can just kill them so easily. So it does give you a bit of an unfair advantage at the moment, but I think more and more people are going to get them. So if you haven't got one, then you're going to be the one at a disadvantage. I guess as more and more people get them, they'll probably have separate lobbies just for people with controllers. But at the moment, from what I can tell at least, you're mixed in with all of the mobile players. Let's have a closer look then at the Steelseries Nimbus. It's quite a traditional shaped controller. You've got your 2 controlling sticks, your D-pad, your 4 buttons, your left and right buttons here, plus your triggers. What it doesn't have is the 2 buttons left and right in this position, which you're used to when you play console. So you don't have like a default map button, which you'd have to change in your custom bindings, which we'll have a look at in a minute. There is a menu button here, which does basically the same as this button here. But also on the front here, you've got your on-off button. You just turn it to the right and that will switch it on. You can see the lights, LEDs lighting up, and that shows we've got paired to number 1 device. If you want to pair it to a different device, this one's paired to my iPad here, but if you want to pair it to another one, you can switch to different devices. Using the Bluetooth button, we can pair with another device. Now what the menu button does, I can show you now, is it will bring up this menu, which allows you to go across to controller settings. And what I've done is have a custom setting, because it's alright using Builder Pro, but then you haven't got your map. So what I've done is reconfigured mine. So this right hand here, instead of being emotes to my squad, it's now map. But you can set any of your buttons to be whatever you want. But the left button, if you go down to left, which is crouch on here, when we actually go into a game, it doesn't work. So I'm not quite sure the buttons, they just obviously aren't buttons. Now they are analog controls as well, so if I move it fast, it moves fast. If I move it slightly, it'll move slightly. So it's really much easier to control. Now on this controller, as I say, the left button doesn't do anything. So to crouch, I need to use this down pad, which is slightly, it's a bit more inconvenient than it is using it on a console. Really feels like you're cheating when you're playing on this. Really feels like you're cheating. I've got no headphones on. I'm not even sat right in front of the screen here. I'm sitting at an angle so that the camera can see the screen, but yeah, I've still got 8 kills quite easily. Okay, see a guy down there. I just wish I had a sniper rifle. Bye. Now I'm lucky enough to have an iPad Pro 12.9 inch and Fortnite runs really well on that. But this controller will control any Apple devices which run macOS 7.0 upwards, iPhone 5, 6, 6S, 7, 7S, etc. It'll work with TV OS as well on 4.0 upwards, and it will also work with tablets. So if you've got any of these products, then this comes highly recommended. Thanks for watching this video. I strongly recommend that you get yourself a controller, an MFI controller if you use iOS. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.